What type of foot do you need to make a narrow hem? The correct answer is C. Hey guys, today we are going to have a very fun video. I'm going to make some questions throughout the video. I will give you 5 seconds to answer, but if you need more time, you just need to pause it and that's it. So grab a paper and a pen and let's start with this alteration. This is the dress. I put it in the mannequin because the customer was a little too shy. Question 1. How did I identify that the waist needed to be raised? The correct answer is C. It's not the skirt of the dress was too long, because in that case you just need to shorten it. You don't need to do such a big job, right? It's not the bust darts were too low, because in that case I would take it in from the shoulders if I wanted to raise everything up, or I can even change the place of the darts too. It's not the waistline was off but the hips fit well. In that case, when you raise the waist, it will change the shape of the sides and then you have to reshape again the skirt. It was the waistline was off and the hips fit too low. In that case, one single job will fix my two problems at the same time. Let me just pin it the way I did with the customer. Remember, this is not the customer, but you will be able to see the difference. If you can see here, I'm just pinning one side so you can appreciate the difference. And now let me pin the other side and you see it looks much better. It looks different. Now this leads me to my second question. After pinning, what do I do first? The correct answer is D. It's not removing the pins, because at least you have to mark it first. If you don't mark it, you won't know what to do. It's not opening the waist, because it might be too uncomfortable to do that while the pins are there. You can do it, but it's not really recommended. It's not marking the pins, although this can be a good answer. I prefer to make a mental mapping of the job. I decided in my mind I will do this first, then this, and then that, and that helps me to do a more faster, efficient job. Now I'm just marking the pins, and I just wanted to let you know that this is the way I do the job, but it's not really a correct answer here. It's the way I do it. Just because I said it was the right answer doesn't mean that. It means my opinion. So don't feel bad if you don't get it, because everybody works different. After I mark all my pins, then I will remove them, and then I'm ready to open my waistband. As you can see, it's basically closed with a very tight serger, and it has like a clear plastic elastic inside to reinforce it. You can find this plastic elastic, and we have used it in this channel many times. I love it. So you have to be very careful, because this knit material is really very delicate. You can make a hole. So I'm trying to open it, but I'm trying to be really careful. That's why I'm using a lot the seam ripper. After I open, I clean all my thread, and now I'm ready for my next question, which involves the zipper. From where do I need to open the zipper? From around 1 inch above the waist and all the way down. It is unnecessary to open the zipper. I mean, if you really don't want to work with that, you can go until 0 in the zipper part, but that will create a very ugly point in the zipper area. So I wouldn't recommend it. It's not around 1 inch below the waist and all the way up, because you don't want to shorten the zipper in the top part. You want to leave it like that. It's not from 1 inch above the waist and 1 inch below the waist, because what will you do with the extra zipper? that you have is impossible. So the right answer is from around 1 inch above the waist and all the way down. Because I can shorten the zipper at the bottom part and it won't have any consequences. Because we are raising the waist, we have less space for the zipper to be in. In general, what I will do is to open the skirt at the bottom part to make the zipper a little longer or the same size that it was before. But in that case, this dress doesn't have material, but because it's neat, it's okay. She will be fine. Now that I have the zipper open, I have my pieces separate and I can start marking everything. So I'm marking what I need and then I will just mark it from the mark of the seam all the way at the front and at the back. And look at the way I mark at the bottom part. I use my chalk on top and the bottom and it gets all marked. Now that it's marked, we can do the next question. Do I need to keep extra seam allowance? My correct answer is B. And this is very personal. It's not no because we already pin it precisely, because you cannot trust 100% the pin, and even the customers sometimes think that they want something but they didn't want it that way. It's not because it makes everything too bulky, although there is some good reasoning in that. Sometimes if you do too much seam allowance, it's too bulky and doesn't look good. So this one, it might be correct, but I always like to leave some. So in my case, no. It's not yes because it adds a beautiful finish. Sometimes it is, but this is not enough reason. It's the finish that you give what makes it beautiful, not necessarily the seam allowance. The correct answer in my case will be yes, in case we made a mistake. There is always so many reasons why the job doesn't go the way you want. So if you leave a little bit of seam allowance, you will be safe. You can redo the job and make it right for the customer or for your friend or family or for yourself. Anyways, I won't be leaving all the seam allowance, just 5/8 of the inch, because anyways, it's not that I'm raising so much the blouse. So I'm cutting it and then I will serge it. And then this is the skirt, and as you can see, the seam allowance in the skirt is very small. That's why I'm serging separate, because the skirt will have a different seam allowance than the top part. So how can I solve that problem? Where all the stitch was, I will mark it and then I will see and make it coincide with the line that I did for the top part. That's it. And now what I'm doing is pinning all the sides, all the darts, so everything matches when it's done. Then I will sew exactly in the same place where it was the old stitch line in the skirt. And here you go. It's done. This one is not good. Everything else is good. So what I'm gonna do, I will open it again and then I will try to pin it a little bit better. I have to sew a little bit, like a 1 inch in each side, so I can do it well. And I will pin it and then I will try to sew it. This time I didn't remove the pin because I was scared that it will move again. And here you go. It's perfect. I try to make all the sides and the darts all match. Now I will put back the clear elastic tape. This one is a new one that I'm using just to be sure that everything will be okay. And I'm using it in between the two seam allowance. Look how the lines match perfectly well in my skirt and top. Now is the time for the zipper, and this leads to my next and final question. Does the zipper need to be open or closed when sewing it? And the right answer is it depends on the type of zipper. It's not all zippers need to be closed, because not all zippers need to be closed. It's just not right. It's not all zippers need to be open for the same reason. Some zippers you need to have it closed when sewing. It's not, it makes no difference in the result. It does makes a difference. And the right answer was it depends of the type of zipper. So yes, some zippers you will have it closed when you sew it, and some zippers you have to open. So for an invisible zipper, you need to have it open. So the invisible zipper is kind of rolled and hides the zipper inside the roll. For that reason, it's great if I have this type of foot, because the foot opens up the roll in the right place. So I'm sewing my zipper. You can use as well the other kind of zipper, but I don't like it. After I sew it, I close it, and then I will mark exactly where the waist is. And then I will open the zipper back, and I will put my zipper exactly in the mark with my waist. That way, when the zipper is done, it will match all the lines. So I'm closing it my zipper, and as you can see, the lines coincide. And this is where the zipper starts. So it's all good. The job is done. If you see that it's a little bit open in the waist part, the zipper, that's okay, because when it's so much material, if you sew the zipper too tight, it won't glide very well. So I do that on purpose. No hate. So guys, how many did you get right? Comment down below what score you got. Don't be shy. If you like this video, please do me a favor and press like, comment, share it, subscribe. Bye.